Good morning, everyone. I had a couple people last night ask me about creating a rubric for Google Classroom using the emoji grading here. As we all know, emoji grading started by John Smith, the iPod teacher. I've joined the initiative here recently, and I'm actually going to be over attending the Google Summit in November over in Illinois. So I was going to show some people a quick way they can make a rubric here for grading and how to distinctify it for Google Classroom for those who are adopting Chromebooks or using Google Classroom for iOS and OS work here. So I'm going to show you a little combination of the two, and we're going to create a lesson here using my new my new GAF app dice here, as well as this. So here's what we're gonna do. First of all, I highly recommend going to alicekeeler.com. She's the one who wrote, of course, 50 Things You Can Do with the Google Classroom here. She has made amazing tutorials and lessons about how you can create your rubrics and everything and get them all taken care of and all that. So what happens is I'm basically styling mine right off the thing. Now, some people don't know this, but you can actually create emojis in the description, no problem, for the rubrics. So right here, first of all, I've done it. I've created my rubric tab for the emoji grading. It's pretty much is you're going to have your student emoji, student roster right here. So what happens is you're going to put in your make your two tabs. You're going to have your classroom roster here, and then you're going to have the rubric that'll be for each one of them for what their assignments are going to be. So pretty much is roster for tabs is basically you'll put in the rubric editing right here when you make your rubric for your system. Now, unfortunately, rubrics for Google Classroom go by the point system, usually 0 through 100. So the easiest way to do this is to do the student's score between 0 to 4 to get it correctly here, and pretty much do the percentage of each grade on here. Now, you don't have to do this with younger students, because the one thing we did about the emoji grading system here was that, you know, letter grades can be scary, and numbers can be a little perplexing to students, but if you combine the two here with your emojis, it's another story. So what happens is I've created. So first you would do your student roster. So you put in your student name here and their email address, and then of course you would connect them right to the rubric right here. So this way everybody gets a copy of the rubric. I would go over to alicekeeler.com to see how that's set up. There's also a fantastic tutorial on Google Classroom if you just look on how to set up your roster tabs. But we're going to talk about the rubric. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the rubric, and I'm going to show you how this works between Chrome and iOS. And we're going to use our app. So let's do it. So first things first is I'm going to get my point system together. So I'm going to do my 0-point scale: accepted, proficient, basics, and in progress. So basically, is on the rubric, as you go up here, and in the description tag, you put in the name here. So I said completes all criteria for the lesson. I'm going to this one, if once I get my let me get my phone a little bit better positioned here so it does not fall and you can see what you're doing here. I'm on my desk and I do not have a selfie stick. So I'm going to do this upset here. So my next one is I'm going to go up to the rubric grade for description, and I'm going to be completes criteria but does not meet full project lesson completion of assignment. And I'm going to just do my little emoji add-on here, which I'll turn a little bit here so you can see here. So one thing is you can actually put in the description of emojis here. So I do my sunglasses for my high A-point students here for 4 and everything. So what I would do here for the next one is I go to the next level down. Hit that, it's in here, I hit return, boom. There's my emoji grade right here. So we go from there, we work our way over. So basically is I'm going to do the proficient here, so I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to do a little bit of this. I'm not going to go through a full assignment because it's early in the morning, and I know you guys can only take so much a lesson. I'm going to be posting stuff up about this in a couple of weeks for my Getting Emotional in the Classroom vidcast, so I'm just showing you here. So one thing you can do, like in Google Docs, is you can enter special characters, no problem, description. Like you can't use it as a point system or images currently in Google Sheets or Form. Well, you can put a picture, but you can't do anything. But you can put in the emojis, no problem, or as a question into your form. So I'm going to go right in here. I'm going to do a copy and paste here. Copy. I'm going to go right over to criteria. I'm going to put that right here in the description. Fix that. Missing, and then I'm going to hit the return there. So that's in here. And now we're going to move into our point system here. So now we're in the 2. So I'm going to put right in here for my rubric saying assignment is complete, but major pieces of the assignment are missing. And for that one, I'm just going to be putting in here. You're going to get my point system here pretty simple. So now I'm just going to kind of go and getting my emoji here. So put in my little frowny face. And now we're going to do into progress 1, which is a 65%. And I'm going to basically go in here and say assignment not turned in or is late and does not meet minimum. I need to learn to spell this morning. Requirements. Emoji, and this is where I get the angry face. I'm not going to do the yikes face. I'm doing the angry face. And that, of course, is 0 right here, and that is assignment not complete or missing. Not started, complete, or missing. And then I'm just going to do, of course, our oops, I'm sorry about that. And of course, we're just gonna do, of course, my favorite one. Which, of course, for the emojis, if everybody knows right here, is, of course, everybody's favorite poop logo right there, because they have completely missed this entire assignment, and it is not good. This is horrible. They have not turned it in. They are not talking to me. They are not returning my emails. So I would just keep going on and on, doing my percentage of trying to think. But this is the way I have the rubric. So if I have parents, let's say, you know, you're doing Google Classroom, but you need the parent stuff through Edmodo. This is a great way so then the parents see what the rubric is, students see what the rubric is, and the emoji grading. So now that we have the rubric all awesome and all set here, I'm going to first of all fix my tabs here because I'm doing this off because I have 3 Google accounts here for my school. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to just do I'm going to do an edit. I'm going to put in my school email, send that off there. So now I'll get that in the share feature. So now that my rubric's all finished, now I have to go to the assignment. So I'm going to go right over to here. This is right here, my paperless classroom. I just got the email alert right there that my rubric is shared, so now I can pop it in here with my full assignment. So here we go. I'm sorry, I just got an email from John here. Hold on, if I'm having a volume problem here, let me make sure the sound is working out of that pretty good. Does everybody hear me, by the way, pretty well right now? I know there are 8 of you watching. Can everybody hear me correctly here before I move on to how we're going to set this up as an assignment? Yes, thank you, Alyssa. All right, cool. So anyhow, so now we're going to go into this. So I'm going to set up an assignment. Now what I'm going to do is, luckily I'm on a multi-platform school. We're mostly iPads, but we do Google Apps for education and everything, and I want to set up my assignment right here. Oh, yes. I'm actually doing a full Google Hangout with this for an App Smash Live on Google, by the way, Mrs. P. Just going to tell you. So we're going to roll this, and I want to make my assignment. So I like to do my assignments. I mean, I do like to try to plan, but I'm not a classroom teacher. I am a tech facilitator, and I am a Genius Hour facilitator, and I am a teacher's teacher. So I do everything from the students to the teacher, but I like to make my assignments on the fly or plan them way out and ahead. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll these for the emojis. And we're going to do this, and we're going to cross-platform between Google Classroom and, of course, my iPad here for iOS. So first of all, I'm going to roll the first one. And I am going to get the coffee, pick, play, post, an airplane emoji, and nutshell. If anybody doesn't know pick, play, post works like layer, where you can put multiple pictures in and video. Thanks. My son likes to do that, too. Oh, hi Sarah. Pick, play, post allows you to do both video and pictures, and you can insert them in different layouts, almost like a live stream comic book. I really love it. It's a play one. I got it when it's free. Nutshell allows you to take like 3 pictures and turn them into video, and it allows you to overlay them as an info pic. If anybody's ever seen Tony Vincent at learninginhand.com, he's a big man on InfoPix, so I've learned a lot from him. He is a mentor of mine and a friend. So what happens is I'm going to create my assignment right now. Is I'm actually going to talk about students is they're going to have to create InfoPix of their routines in the morning. So I'm going to use the coffee emoji for a little coffee edu and them traveling to their daily thing before school. So what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to create InfoPix about their daily chores and everything through Nutshell, and then they're going to put it together in a full finished up here in Pick, Play, Post, and they're going to upload that back to Google Classroom. So I'm just going to use one app dice for this. I'll use some of these other ones later. So there's that. Let me reposition my phone, everybody. Just so you know, I have an iPhone 5S, so it's only so big, and I only have so much of a camera. I'm upgrading in December, hopefully to the 6S or 7. So anyhow, so we have the assignment. So let's get into the assignment. This is my paperless classroom assignment I'm doing right here. It's an awesome thing is we're going to do Google Classroom, starting the paperless initiative, all my ideas. So anyhow, so let's get this going. So we're going to do a Nutshell. So what happens is I'm going to go right over here, and I'm going to go and create an assignment. So let's get the assignment going. So first of all, I'm going to do this right here on my desktop, laptop here. So I'm going to hit assignment. So assignment title is Morning Coffee EDU InfoPick. And the description is pretty simple. I'm just going to do this a little simple here. I'm just going to say create an InfoPick on your daily morning activities before you come to class. Please include schedule, reasons, and ways to improve, your morning activities. Please post info pics with pick play. Oops, it's pick PIC like a picture. Play post and upload to Google Classroom. So I'm just going to do simple as that. I'm going to attach the rubric right from my Google Drive. So you can attach, you can add a video now. I love the fact you can add videos from Zap Nation or YouTube. That is fantastic. You can add a direct link. And also you can multi-select it right here. You can select 1 or 2 classrooms. So this could actually be a crossway. Do you like Google Classroom? We have to pick a new system. I do like Google Classroom. What I don't like is the fact I cannot make the instant types like multiple quiz or tests like I can do with Edmodo, and the fact there's not a parent code. I do love the Google Hangouts feature and everything else, but I know those are coming. So right now we're still using Google Classroom, but we're using it with Edmodo because Edmodo we can do not only assignment but also check through the calendars and everything. That's going to change, I know, as the fall rolls on. So our plan is to go from Edmodo to Google Classroom. So we're going to do all that. So anyhow, so you can multi-select. Oh, you're going to love it, Alice. You're going to love it. So I'm just going to go to my Google Drive, and it's going to pop in my Google Drive here. And it's going to say looking for my assignments here. So I'm logged in, of course, as RRead at CL Student. So here's my emoji grading system. So what happens is I'm just going to click on this. I'm going to hit add. So this way the students know exactly what they're looking for, points and everything. And, you know, students can view file, which is exactly what I want. I don't need them editing the file. I can either view them, I can edit it, or I can make a copy for each student. And the truth is, I'm just going to make this the main view file because this is the main grading for everybody, so I'm just going to leave that. So, and it, of course, automatically saves. I love that feature, too. If you make a mess up or you lose Wi-Fi or thing, you can automatically save. This works for Chromebooks, too. And once this is all finished here, I'm going to just double-check my spelling. And if life is all good, I'm going to just assign this. So it's assigned. That's all good right there. If I go over to my iPad, I've just gotten a notification, but if I click right there on Paperless Classroom, so we got this all here. I'm going to do an example of how this would work then. So here it is, morning coffee, hard things. So I don't have Nutshell here, but I have my info picks already finished here, and I'm going to do this. So what happens is I've done my info picks. So let me go over to my photos. I'm actually going to use Pick Collage because I'm doing a lesson on Genius Hour. I only have a 16 gig iPad. Hopefully that'll change in a couple months. So I've got my different morning routines over here. Like I got my nice little picture of my son and I. We have our little talk in the morning really quick. My little app dice unit and everything else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right to Pick Collage. The reason why I suggested pick, play, post for the assignment was because you can add the video straight into it. You can do video and pick collage, but the video will not transfer correctly. Pick, play, post, you can upload it right there, leave it embedded, upload it in YouTube, post the link, everything. I like to give students multiple features so they don't feel like, you know, they're doing the old recipe assignment. I don't like recipes. I hated recipes in school, especially I hate it when everybody seemed to do them better than me, and I was not a fan of that. So anyhow, I'm going to go my layout right here. So I'm going to change my layout. So I'm going to do my morning routine here. So I'm going to do a little pick right there. I'm going to hit that, and I'm going to put a little purple. And now I'm going to add my pictures. So I'm going to go to photos. So I'm going to pick Tyler and me. I'm going to pick up my app dice here, and I'm going to do this beautiful sunrise I caught this morning. I mean, look at this sunrise. I live in a fantastic area. I love my house to death. You know, despite finances and my wife being unemployed, I have been working my, you know, tushy off, making sure we keep everything going great. But I just love this sunrise this morning. It was just gorgeous to hit fun. So I got my pictures clicked. I'm going to pop this all in. It's going to automatically do it. And then what will happen is I'll just readjust my little stuff here. So I'm going to do this. So I have this gorgeous sunrise right in the back of my house here, right by the high school I live next to. I have Tyler and me and my app dice. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little text to everything because this is an info pick. So I'm going to hit thing. I'm going to also add a little emoji to this too. So I'm going to say my morning. And I'm going to give this a little bit of a backdrop so that way it looks a little bit more italicized. I like it better. There we go. Beautiful. So I'm going to do this. I'm now going to add my little emoji, so I'm going to do that. Oh, hey, Mueller, how you been? I haven't talked to you in a while. So I'm going to get my sunrise going here. I'm going to add my little emoji here because I like to add my emojis for my stuff. So let me move this over. There it is. I have my sunrise right here, so there it is. Check mark that. So I'm going to put that right there. And then I'm going to pop in my next one, which is say morning Genius Hour. I'm doing a 2-hour Genius Hour morning with my teachers this morning, as well as a Google Hangout. Some of you I know are going to be in that. So hour with app dice, because I'm doing my app dice. Check mark that. I'm going to fix that up right over there. And then I'm going to say my morning goodbye. Morning goodbye. Yeah, Tyler likes to wake up, so we're going to just do that. So I got this all ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now save this. It's going to link to my camera roll. Just going to wait for the check mark here. Now what I'm going to do, now see the reason why I said about wanting to do nutshells, because it also can record voice into it, so you can do an audio over there. I like to do an audio and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check mark this off. Get out of this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to type this out to my morning info pick here. So I'm going to go right into Pages. Because like I said, this is an iPad. I'm doing a cross-platform here. So I'm going to go to Pages, and I'm going to make a little mini poster here, talk about my morning and what I'm going to do for this. And then I'm going to finish this all up, and I'm going to upload it right to the Google Classroom. So right here, I'm going to hit my new document. I'm going to select as a school report. Hey, Tony, how you been? Haven't talked to you in forever. How you been, buddy? So right here is I'm going to tap on this. I'm going to change the name of this and go say my morning. Done. Click out of that. A day in my life. I'm being so inventive here. So date's already done, so I'm just going to type this in. I'm going to put my name, Ryan Reed. So, day of my life, July 24th. So, first of all, I'm going to get rid of this pic, so hit the plus button. I'm going to put in that picture I just recently took of my morning routine. It's usually on the bottom here. So, I'm going to hit that. I'm going to double tap and fix the masking on this. Because, you know, it's a little hard to see. Now, what's even great about this is if you're doing straight Google Apps for Education here, you just do this in a Google Doc and you use PicMonkey or Explain Everything on Android, and this works fantastically the exact same way. Like I said, if I was doing this on full Google Apps for Education and Chromebook, I would say you get to use PicMonkey and you get to use Google Drawing or anything, or Pick Collage, yes, because I do use Pick Collage, and like I said, it's universal. That's what I love about apps that are universal. I mean, everybody knows my favorite app is Stick Around an iPad, and my favorite Google app, of course, is Google Drawing, and so forth. But anyhow, so I got this all in. So that's all in. I'm going to take my 2 fingers, scroll this up. So there is mind wandering here. I can change this if I want to. Don't need to, because like I said, this is just an example. Get done. So introduction. So I'm going to tap this out, and I'm just going to basically just say my morning begins. Of course, we all know short of time, I'll be doing this longer. Begins. I wake up. Believe it or not, I wake up at 5 a.m. some days. So I'm going to put in when I wake up at 5 a.m. And then I'm just going to put in blah, 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 because I would basically say, pretty much I would say, I wake up at 5 a.m., I shower, I get dressed for the day. This morning I saw a beautiful sunset coming out of my backyard because there are no houses due to the empty property lots. I am doing an app dice assignment here for a full Genius Hour of my teachers, as well as a Google Hangout. I enjoyed a nice little healthy English muffin with banana and peanut butter with a nice good cup of coffee. I said goodbye to my son just as he was waking up in the morning. My wife was getting ready to go to her daycare job set up. She's actually working very part-time right now. I would put that all in there. I would say, I stopped at Meijer really quick to fill up the gas, as well as check out some Lego Star Wars set. I'm not kidding. I really did look at some Lego Star Wars sets right now because there were some sales. I found nothing. And I would do all that. So once all that's all wonderful and everything, I would double check my spelling. But now here's what's so great about doing this on iPad. If you do this in Google Docs, straight here, you can upload it straight to your folder for your classroom. But for iPad, I can just hit the old arrow here. That's what the arrow thing. And I'm just going to say open in another app. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right here and make it a Word document or a PDF. I probably would do a PDF to make this a little bit, but I want teachers to look over it, check thing. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this. It's going to say choose my app. Oops, choose my app. And I'm going to go right to Classroom. And what's going to happen is it's going to go right to Classroom. And if I'm logged in as a student, it's going to see my assignment right there. See? School report. Attach this assignment. Now, I'm as the teacher, but the student would go right away. They would attach that assignment by tapping the assignment. It would Google Doc it right up to there, and boom, it's turned in, it's finished, they confirm, you're done. But it's that quick. So you can go right from the app, once you're 100% done, go right to the Google Classroom and finish that. So I would upload that and so forth. I'm not going to do that because, like I said, I'm logged in as a teacher, not the student. I didn't do that right now. I apologize time-wise. So that's all finished. So I would do that, and then what, of course, was what happens if it was finished, it would click right here as done, and then what happened. But I will go right here to what I did for a done assignment right here. I did right here, which is what you want to do with your Google Classroom. So I go right in here. It'll give a thing, but right there is Ryan Reed, and I go in there too, and what happens is, of course, I click right on there. I would view the assignments. I gave the point system. I would love to do mathematics. I would add my comments in here, such as, I would do the rubric grade, but I like to, of course, do a little setup too. So I would put in a comment right here. You can add a notification if you want the students to change for an email notification. It depends what you want, because the good news is this is private. Only you and the student will see these comments and anything. So I would just, pop in the comment and say, well done. You received a sunglasses smiley face. Because, after all, this is the Emoji Classroom. So, their thing. And then you receive your thing. Please look at Rubric for more comments. And I would be finished. I hit the old done. Blah, blah, blah. There it is. There's my emoji grade. And I've got that all finished right there to go there. So that right there is doing for Google Classroom, as well as filling up your rubric for the emoji grading and everything else. You can do this several other ways. I'm going to show you another quick one since some of you are, thank you for staying on, guys. I did actually a setup here because Genius Hours. How can I find your presentation on the app, guys? I got it on my YouTube channel if you're looking for Mrs. Pitts. I have several right there. Hold on a second. I'm also getting messages here. I have that Google Hangout coming up soon, so I'm double checking some things. All All right, so anyhow, so I'm going to pull up this. This is numbers, was a spreadsheet, but right here, as you can see, I did a full emoji grading system right here. I did a setup here. I can add comments and everything else too, but I did this too. I set up a different one. You're welcome, Mrs. Pitts. I did a setup for each rating. This is elementary, so I did up my full system, so what the grades would be. So if you get an art, if you get an A+, you get a sparkling star, you get a regular star for an A. A- would be this, because this is designed around if parents got questions about it, because they are so used to point numbers and letter grading. We don't have an iPad. You have dice for just Chromebooks and Windows. Tanya, I have every single system. You just see these. This one is designed specifically around Chromebooks. This is around emojis and a few other platforms and everything. But if you go over here, I have app dice for everything here. I've got Kindle. I've got Windows. I've got Math Learning Center. I have... Yeah, I made them all, Brian. I made them all. I made all these. I even have Plicker's app dice for group consignment thing. And I also got units that are developed around here, from Star Walk to Snapchat to Flow to Yes, We Heart It. I even got a Starbucks one. If I open this up, some of you have selling them. I'd like to. If I could patent them better, I would. I also have app catchers, which are the cootie catchers. And so many people always ask me about these, and I'll position my camera over here, and I'll show you how this works with the app catchers. So, thanks a bunch for the Periscope and so much. You're really inspired to try. Oh, you're welcome there. Thank you. Well put. So here is my Emoji Cast. Let me turn the camera upside down. So it works similar to that. You have your apps on each side. I have this designed around music class. So I have Smule, GarageBand, Video Star, and Edpuzzle, and I love Edpuzzle. So what we do is you pick this. So we're going to pick Video Star, Videostar. I pick a musical note, which is 2 for the bar. So I go 1, 2. I pick another one, 1, 1, 1. I'm going to open this back up by Video Star, and the question is, what questions would you ask? Well, if I was doing Video Star, and Video Star is iOS coming to Android, and it allows you to basically take your music, and what you can do is you make your own music videos. The catchers are an awesome throwback. Yeah, exactly. And I actually got the idea off Pinterest and Edgy Clipper, so thank you, Adam Bello, especially for Smule. So basically we're going to say is what goes into a musical video. So I want students to do a history assignment on like the birth of MTV and why music videos became so popular, to the fact that they've kind of, turned into, anybody does them, they've died off. I mean, MTV does not really do music videos like they used to. Let's face the facts. And what they have to do is they have to then go in and Video Star, take a classic song that either they record or they have the free rights to from our school account, and they have to remake a video from the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s. And they have to comparison the difference between it. So they have to talk about fashion, they have to talk about genre, and what went into them. And it's really easy to do this with Video Star. You can just do a simple, video. You can do a green screen later on. There's tons of ways you can do it with Video Star. I really like it. It's a free app. It's fantastic, so I highly recommend that. And if you want to go to combination, you can then have them pick one of these other apps. So let's say we do Edpuzzle, and they can do just an exit ticket on one of their favorite videos. Let's say they're going to do Survivor's Eye of the Tiger. They go off YouTube, they pop into the questions right here, and they take parts of it, like the 80s throwbacks, the whole thing with the Rocky genre, maybe Sylvester Stallone's history, or the fact that they filmed it in a trash, it was actually a waste dump storage house, because people say, why are there black bags in this? Well, they had a ticket for the video, and so they used the extra bags around. That's why it's blowing in the wind in the back. They were actually in a warehouse by a waste dump out in California. That is a true story. So it's little fun little facts like that. I've also got a wonderful little thing here. If anybody's ever heard of Tim Ryland, I met him back in then. Man, it is fantastic. But what's called Thinking Dice. And Thinking Dice work a little bit like the app dice, but they have different questions on each of them. So what happens is, you can get them for $9.99 off thinkingdice.com. You roll these, and you get a question on it. So what are the strengths and weaknesses of? So let's say I do the strengths and weaknesses of. I go to roll one of my other app dice here. This is Ike, by the way. And I get pages, so I'm going to definitely write this in pages. But what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to go right back over here to my emoji dice. I'm going to roll one of my emoji dice to get one of my emojis. And right there, I have my favorite thing about guinea pigs and money. So what happens is, we're going to talk about what are the strengths and weaknesses of having a classroom pet like a hamster, a guinea pig, and a rabbit. And you're going to put that into a little report on Pages. So there they go. And I mean, one of the things they can do right here is they're like, well, you know, it costs money. I mean, let's face it, pets aren't cheap. And we always think, oh, a little hamster is not going to cost as much as, say, as a dog or a cat. Well, yeah, but, you know, it is a budget. So that's a little thing here. They have to look at that question. What are the strengths and weaknesses of having a classroom pet? And then they have to write up that report right there in Pages, and they can do their research from Google to, you know, petsintheclassroom.com and so forth. So there's an example. Any other questions here? By the way, thanks for all your wonderful comments and everything. This has gone a lot more amazing than I thought it was going to be this morning, so thank you for that. Oh, thank you for the hearts. I love the hearts. Believe it or not, the most hearts I've got consistency have been like 20 at a time. My biggest Periscope was 18 people once, and I think because I hit them up during an iPad summit. So thank you, everybody, for that. Any questions? Anybody want to see anything else demonstrating? I got some time here. Anyone? No? I will download and upload this video on YouTube here. I'll post it on my blog, and that'll be it. I will not be doing a Periscope tomorrow. I have a lot going on Wednesday. Thank you so much for the info, and we'll check out the video. Oh, you're welcome, Mrs. Pitts. Yeah, I got tons on there. Classroomsnextlevel.com. Taking your Dice Up the Classroom is the name of my website. So, hold on a second. Let me close that up. So let me pop up my website. You are welcome, Tanya. You're welcome, Sarah. Your thing. So let me pop up my website really quick. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Mulder. How you been, by the way? I haven't talked to you in forever. So let me pop this over here. Let me close up my emoji grading. So there it is, Dice Up the Classroom, classroomsnextlevel.wordpress.com. Go ahead and take a snapshot of the screen if you can. That is my website. It's where the videos are going to be posted, emojis and so forth. I'm also doing a Google Hangout later today with Craig Bandura and Megan Zigman and a bunch of other people here. So look out for that. We're going to be doing that in about a little over an hour. So check that out. So right there, classroomsnextlevel.wordpress.com. Thank you all for watching. Go ahead and watch the video cap, and I'll have this on YouTube in hopefully the next 15 minutes. Thanks.